Believe it or not, but in here, in this tube, I have my very first print. Actually not, because it's already on the wall. Guys, you need to print your work because the emotions are really, really high seeing what you create. What's going on, awesome photographers? It's great to have you here, and since I just printed my first photo, I thought it would be a nice idea to share my beginner's knowledge on how to do it. And so if you want to get your first photo printed, there are basically three things to keep in mind. First is how to choose the right print shop and the paper. The second, how to prepare your photo for the print, including the editing. And lastly, how to place that order and what things should you keep in mind. Spoiler alert, it is a lot simpler than you think, but do watch the whole video as I will drop lots of little tips throughout this video. So let's get started. Whoop! Choosing the right print shop is an essential step to getting high quality print of your photos, and the quality definitely varies between the print shops. Of course, you could also print your work at home on a photo printer, but I don't recommend it for the first time printees, if that's even a word, because actually it's a pretty heavy investment. Anyways, you essentially have a choice between local print shops and online print services. Both have pros and cons because the local print shops may offer more personalized services and faster turnaround times, while an online print services may offer lower prices for the same or better quality. When looking for a local print shop, you want one that uses professional grade printers and has a reputation for producing sharp and vibrant prints. You can often find customer reviews or samples of their work online to get an idea of their print quality. For online print services, basically the same thing: reviews, your friends' experiences, and recommendations. I personally choose online print services, and one of my favorites is Saal Digital. And there are many reasons why, but for full transparency, I must mention that even though they are sponsoring this video, I get to say my honest thoughts, and I still choose their services because it is a trustworthy company that not only offers high quality prints for a fair price, they also have a ton of other products like photo books, wall art, and even photo portal, and it is super convenient to have everything in one place to get the most out of it. Anyways, throughout this video, I will show you the full ordering process through Saal Digital as an example, but any other printing service should be somewhat similar. Okay, in addition to print quality, you also need to consider the range of papers and finishes offered by the print shop, because different papers can drastically change the look and feel of your photo. What I really like about Saal Digital is that it actually gives a great explanation on selection of their papers. What kind of photos are better off on which kind of paper, as well as full description of the effects. For example, glossy paper has a reflective finish that enhances the colors and the contrast, making it great for vibrant landscapes or images with lots of detail. On the other hand, matte paper has non-reflective surface, giving a more subdued and artistic look, ideal for portraits or black and white photography. While fine art paper has a texture surface that adds depth and luxurious feel to your prints. And as you can see, Saal Digital has tons of fine art paper choices, and each of them have different weight, thickness characteristics, and all the finishes, and I love that choice. Alright, before you can print your photo, you need to ensure it's properly prepared. I always recommend shooting your photos in RAW format so that you can edit the photos to your liking. If there's one thing I would not recommend to do, for example, if you're shooting a landscape photo, I would not go absolutely crazy with the exposure, contrast, and saturation, but rather scale it down a tiny bit, because slightly desaturated image is better than an ultra overblown photo. A color accurate and properly calibrated monitor definitely is great to edit to, but if you don't have one and rather have a regular office monitor, then check the final edit photo on various devices, like send it to your phone, for example, because uncalibrated monitors can be wildly inaccurate, and chances are that your photo will come out totally different than what you see on the screen. I personally edit all my photos in Adobe Lightroom, or you can also choose some free alternatives like GIMP or Pixlr. And by the way, if you do not want to edit your photos at all, there is an option in Saal Digital platform to choose an automatic editing function, and their software will do the magic for you which is kind of neat. Also consider cropping your photos to improve its composition or to fit a specific print size. And finally, to ensure optimal print quality, pay attention to the file format and the resolution. Most print shops prefer JPEGs or TIFFs, even though there is a print section in Lightroom. As a beginner, I export directly from Lightroom as a JPEG, and color space I choose sRGB. Definitely choose the maximum quality and do not limit the file size. Some online print shops might want you to limit the size, but I didn't see that limitation on Saal. Remember that higher resolutions are particularly important for larger prints. I've printed this one at 240 pixels per inch and it was alright, but 300 is recommended. And lastly, sharpening. I usually do a standard level sharpening, but not for screen, but for paper. And here, select whichever paper you're gonna print on. In my case, mate, and that's it. Choosing the right paper and print size can significantly impact the final look of your print. As mentioned earlier, different paper types offer distinct characteristics. If you're looking for a glossy, high contrast look with vivid colors, go for a glossy paper. If you prefer a softer, more muted appearance with a fine art feel, opt for a matte or fine paper. Additionally, the print size affects how your photo is perceived. Larger prints can showcase more intricate details and make a bold statement when displayed on a wall. They're ideal for landscape shots or images with a lot of textures. On the other hand, smaller prints can create a more intimate viewing experience. Consider the intended display location as well and the impact you want your photo to have when deciding on the print size. Okay, and really quickly, I'll just show you how things look when you want to place an order and what you should pay attention to. First of all, you can use the online order form or download the software. Both work well. For the sake of this demonstration, I'll go with the software, which needs to be installed. And the really cool thing about Saal Digital is that they support so many languages. So if English is not your native language, simply Google Saal Digital and your country name, and you'll get all the info in your language, even the whole software. Once you get it installed, simply choose what you want to get printed. In our case, fine art. Add your photo, and here you can choose the paper as well as read its properties. I went with Hanmule photo rag because it's nice and thick paper with deep blacks, but most importantly it's extra matte, which I needed in order for all the studio lights not to reflect like crazy. And regarding the size, well, I mentioned earlier the effects of the print size, but if you can, start off with a smaller size, simply because it is cheaper, and if it's your first print and you really screw up, you don't want to get a 70 by 105 centimeter unusable print and a lot of wasted money. Bleed mode, I choose standard. Frame, no frame. And image enhancements I turn off because I edited the photo myself. If yours was not edited and it's a JPEG straight out of the camera, you might want to activate it so it comes out a bit better, but I would highly recommend editing the image yourself for the desired look. Next, add to cart, fill out your info, and you're good to place the order. Then you wait, and when the print arrives, it's gonna come in a box like this. Well, you need to inspect it and make sure if it's all good, and most importantly, frame it and hang it. That is actually a topic for itself, as it is a really crucial what kind of frame you choose, where you put it in the room, where the light comes from, etc. I'm gonna leave that for another video, but in my case, I put the print here since I had to cover these tiles. It's not a perfect location because I would love to have a direct light coming from a window, but I will just use this big light to light it up instead. There are many reasons why you should print your photos, and I'll make a separate video just about that, so stay tuned. But high quality print truly reflects your vision as a photographer, so make sure you spend a little bit of time thinking about all the points I mentioned in this video. Remember to experiment to find what best suits your style. Enjoy the process and the joy of holding your printed photo in your hands. Thanks for watching and happy printing.